We're here today with Dr. Alan Ray, and Alan has been working with us at the University of Southampton for a number of years, and he's been helping with some research projects looking at how companies are using digital marketing, and he's run quite a number of these companies himself and also advised businesses on running their own digital operations. So Alan, perhaps we could start off this morning by talking about Plants4presents.
Okay, yeah, Plants4presents is our family business. It's based in Sussex, and in fact it's just over there. We're sitting in the just outside the glass houses at the moment. The mainstay of the business is selling plants online as gifts. So people buy citrus trees and give them to their friends. We also have a couple of other online businesses here, one of which sells biological controls, organic pest controls if you like. But the mainstay of the business is Plants4presents, and we've been running that business here for about 10 years now.
And what types of digital marketing have you been using to promote your business?
Well, we started the business off using fundamentally Google AdWords. And then when we had some customers, we backed that with sort of email to the existing customer list. The business is quite peaky because we have a big peak at Christmas and another big peak at Mother's Day. So we've been looking for ways to kind of smooth out the orders through the year. So that's kind of led us into other techniques. So we've done a certain amount with Facebook, but in order to have a good story, we've effectively done a lot more with live marketing in the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay, and so do you think that's worked best for you?
Well, I think the issue that many businesses face is that they have to come up with the right balance between online and offline activity. And you know, in many businesses people start off doing face-to-face business and then build an online presence. In the case of our business here, it in fact went the other way around. We started as a purely online business, but in order to sort of boost the image of the company, we started doing things like going to shows. We exhibit for the last 3 or 4 years at Hampton Court, the Royal Horticultural Society show, and we had an open day this year, and you know, we do a certain amount of other shows as well.
And what do you think has worked best for you?
I think what works best is to sort of, you know, we have our baseline, which is effectively sort of AdWords, and on top of that it's the combination of going and doing live activity and talking about it on Facebook actually produces quite a doable and powerful you know, marketing mix, which has had the effect over time of actually smoothing the order intake out throughout the year.
Okay, and what lessons do you think you've learned that could be applied more widely to other businesses?
Well, I do think that you know, this business of getting the right mix between online and offline is critical. But I think the other thing that we learnt is, as you'll remember, we did a research project a few years ago looking at what made people choose one website rather than another to buy from. And it was to do with 2 main things really. One was, how easy is the site to use? Is it clear what you do, how you get things fixed if they go wrong, and can you easily get in contact with the people? And that's had been basically something that we'd really majored on from the very beginning. But the other thing that we took away from that study was people really want some sense of who the people are behind the business, and they want to see the business as a holistic operation rather than just a website. So we talk a lot about in our blog about the shows that we do, about the environmental things that we've done, like sort of putting in rainwater harvesting reservoirs, and recently this year we put in a wood pellet boiler to replace the old oil-fired heating systems. And you know, it gives us the opportunity to tell people a bit about ourselves, a bit about our values, because the research that we did showed that people really responded to that, because people want to deal with real people rather than sort of faceless entities. And I think, you know, one of the things that digital marketing does is enable you to construct a story, tie it into the, you know, the search engine optimized terms that people search for it, and just basically tell your story as you want people to hear it.
Okay, Alan, thank you very much.
It's great, thank you.